Good morning and welcome to my thought for the day on Monday the 31st. This is the last day of January. I will be reading from the NIV version of the Old Testament passage for today. Here we have Abraham and Sarah camped with their flocks and servants near Mamre, which is about midway between the Dead Sea and modern-day Gaza, when suddenly 3 men appear without warning. Genesis 18, 1-15, the 3 visitors. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting in the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, "If I have found favour in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed, and then go on your way, now that you have come to your servant." "Very well," they answered, "do as you say." So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 seahs of fine flour and knead it, and bake some bread." Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice, tender calf, and gave it to a servant, who hurried to prepare it. He then brought some curds and milk, and the calf that had been prepared, and set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. Then the Lord said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already old and well advanced in years, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, "After I am worn out and my master is old, will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." Studying the passage and Genesis 19, we learn that the 3 men are God, the Lord, and 2 angels who went on to Sodom. See Genesis 19. Abraham immediately recognized them for who they were, and he hurried from the entrance to his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. Abraham was eager to please them. He hurried into the tent. He ran to the herd and said, "Quick," to Sarah. He served only the best food to them, choice, tender calf, and finest flour. He waited on them rather than sitting with them. He stood near them under a tree. Sarah remained out of sight. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. Sarah laughed to herself, secretly, she thought. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." God is a God of truth, not lies. So what messages are there for us today? Abraham was a man of faith. He practiced his faith, and so recognized the 3 men. Unless we daily practice our faith and listen to God, how can we recognize him and be ready for him? We must have faith and trust in God's promises. Miracles do happen. Hospitality should be the best. As it says in Hebrews 13, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." We may not think that God sees what we do behind closed door. Sarah laughed to herself, but God saw her heart. Truth matters to God, which is why he corrected her by saying, "Yes, you did laugh." Thank you for listening and have a blessed start to the new week. Amen.